vehicle. I'm checking underneath to see if there's any leaks, obstructions, or if the vehicle is leaning. Up top I got 5 marker lights, 1 beacon. They're all amber in color. They're properly secured, not cracked or broken. Got 2 highway horns that are properly secured, not cracked or broken. I got a windshield that is properly secured, not cracked or broken. No illegal stickers. I got 2 wiper blades that are properly secured, not cracked or broken. I got 2 clear headlights that are properly secured, not cracked or broken. On this side I got 2 amber color lights that are properly secured, not cracked or broken. Their functions are for running, turning, flashing. Got a hood latch that is properly secured, not cracked or broken. I got 2 amber and color lights that are properly secured, not cracked or broken. Their functions are for running, turning, and flashing. I got another hood latch that is properly secured, not cracked or broken. I got a coolant reservoir that is properly secured, not cracked or broken. It's not leaking. Once I get to the other side, I can see if it's filled to the proper operating level at the sight glass. I got a wiper motor that's properly secured, not cracked or broken. No frayed wires. I got a washer reservoir that's properly secured, not cracked or broken, nor leaking. It's filled to the proper operating level. My fuse block that's properly secured, not cracked or broken. There's no frayed wires. Got a couple solenoids that are properly secured, not cracked or broken. No frayed wires. I got a couple dipsticks, a transmission dipstick and an engine oil dipstick. They're both properly secured, not cracked or broken. They're not leaking. The transmission dipstick, I got to check with the engine running on a level surface. While my engine oil dipstick, I got to check with the engine off on a level surface, check for the proper operating level. My power steering pump, that's properly secured, not cracked or broken. No leak welds, it's gear driven, it's not leaking. My air compressor is properly secured, not cracked or broken. No leak welds, that's gear driven, it's not leaking. Got my air intake hose that is properly secured, not cracked or broken, it's not leaking. My coolant hose that is properly secured, not cracked or broken, it's not leaking. Got my green 1-inch serpentine belt that's properly secured, not cracked or broken. No, it's not frayed, and it is having no more than 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch of play. That runs the radiator fan that cools my radiator, which in turns my water pump that sends coolant into the engine, which in turns my alternator, which sends or supplies electricity to my batteries to charge it. I got my steering shaft and knuckle that's properly secured, not cracked or broken. No illegal welds, and my knuckle should be greased. Got my power steering reservoir that's properly secured, not cracked or broken. It's not leaking, and it's filled to the proper operating level. Got my power steering hose that is properly secured, not cracked or broken, nor leaking. Got my gearbox that is properly secured, not cracked or broken. It's not leaking, and this is also gear driven. Got my pitman arm and drag link that is properly secured, not cracked or broken. No illegal welds. It's held together with castle nuts and cotter keys. Right over here is a shock that is properly secured, not cracked or broken. No illegal welds, and it's not leaking. My frame is properly secured, not cracked or broken. No illegal welds. My leaf spring is properly secured, not cracked or broken. No illegal welds. It's attached to the front of the frame with brackets, nuts, and bolts. To the rear of the frame with brackets, nuts, and bolts. To the middle of the axle with U-bolts and nuts. I got my ABS wire is properly secured, not cracked or broken. It's not frayed. My brake hose is properly secured, not cracked or broken. It's not leaking. My brake chamber is properly secured, not cracked or broken, and there's no illegal welds. My slack adjuster is properly secured, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. And attached to that is a push rod and cotter keys, and that is properly secured, not cracked or broken, and the push rod should not be bent. And should not have no more than 1 inch of play. If I need to check that, I'll check it on a level surface with the brakes disengaged and the vehicle in neutral. My brake linings and drums are properly secured, not cracked or broken. The drums have no illegal welds. The brake linings should have no less than a 1/4 inch of wear and should be free from dirt, grime, and grease. My rim in the inside is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. No illegal welds. My faces of my tire on the inside is having no abrasions, bulges, and cuts. My tread is no less than 430 seconds of wear. My outside of my tire is free from abrasions, bulges, and cuts. My rim is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. No illegal welds. My lug nuts are properly screwed, not cracked or broken. No illegal welds. There's no rust or shiny particles, which is an indication of looseness. My self-enclosed wet hub is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. It's not leaking. If I need to check the tire, I'll check it at the valve stem, and it needs to have a cap. The bracket is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. My rear heads are properly screwed, not cracked or broken. They're held together with nuts and bolts. My metal steps are properly screwed, not cracked or broken. No illegal welds. My metal fuel tank is attached to 2 metal straps that are properly screwed, not cracked or broken. And the fuel tank is not leaking. My fuel cap is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. There's a metal or a gasket in there to prevent leaking. My safety handle right here is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. No illegal welds, held together with nuts and bolts. My handle is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. My door is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. No illegal welds, held together with 2 metal hinges. My door safety handle or grab handle is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. My window crank is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. My door handle is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. My weather stripping around the door is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. My driver's seat is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. My safety belt is properly screwed, not cracked or broken or frayed. Amber and color light up there, that's properly screwed, not cracked or broken. There's no frayed wires, and that operates the strobe lights. My sideboard is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. My catwalk is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. My DOT tape is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, it's visible. My torque arm is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds, that's attached to the axle. My leaf springs are properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds, that's attached to the front of the frame with brackets, nuts, and bolts, to the rear of the frame with brackets, nuts, and bolts, and to the middle of the axle with U-bolts and nuts. My shock is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds, and it does not leak. My ABS wire is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal weld, or no, it's not frayed. My brake hose is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, and it's not leaking. My brake chamber is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. My slack adjuster is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. Attached to that is a push rod and cotter keys that are properly screwed, not cracked or broken, and the push rod shall not be bent. And it should not have no more than 1 inch of play. If I need to check that, I'll check it on a level surface with the brakes disengaged and the vehicle in neutral. My brake linings and drums are properly screwed, not cracked or broken. The drums should not have no illegal welds. The linings should have no dirt, grime, or grease, and should have no more or no less than 1/4 inch of wear. My rim is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. No illegal welds. My face of my tire is free from abrasions, bulges, and cuts. The tread should have no less than 230 seconds of wear in the rear of the rear tires. The inside of my rim is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. Inside of my duals should be free from dirt or obstructions which could cause harm to my tires or someone behind me. My faces of my tires inside of my wheels are free from abrasions, bulges, and cuts. The face of my tire out here is free from abrasions, bulges, and cuts as well. My rim is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. The lug nuts are properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. There's no remnants of rust or shiny particles, which is an indication of looseness. My self-enclosed wet hub is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. and it does not leak. If I need to check the tire, I'll check at the valve stem, and it must have a cap. My mud flap is properly screw, not cracked or broken, and it's no more than 6 inches off the ground. My fender is properly screw, not cracked or broken. My marker light, that's red in color, that's properly screw, not cracked or broken. My light tree is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. The yellow light is meant for strobe. My red light is meant for brake running, turning, flashing, and braking, while my white light is for reverse. My tailgate is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. No illegal welds. My DOT tape is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. It's visible. My safety chains are properly screwed, not cracked or broken. I got 5 marker lights, red in color, that's properly screwed, not cracked or broken. Got my mounting plate, that's properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. I got my hitch, that is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, held together with nuts and bolts to my mounting plate. My safety pin and latch, that's properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. My hook is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. No illegal welds, attached to the tongue of the trailer with nuts and bolts. My D-rings that are properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. My safety chains are properly screwed, not cracked or broken. My breakaway cable is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, nor frayed. My 7-pin receptacle cable is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, nor frayed wires. That operates the trailer brakes and lights. I got 2 light fixtures that are properly screwed, not cracked or broken. The red insert is meant for running, turning, flashing, and braking, while the white insert is meant for reverse. My tongue of my trailer is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. My landing gear is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. My trailer backup battery breakaway box is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. There's no frayed wires. My trailer storage area is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. My header plate is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. My amber color marker lights that are down the side of the trailer are properly screwed, not cracked or broken. My D-rings down the side of the trailer are properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. My DOT tape is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. They're all visible. Down here, I got a torque arm that's properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. That's attached to the axles. I got my leaf springs that are properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. That's attached to the front of the frame with brackets, nuts, and bolts. To the rear of the frame with brackets, nuts, and bolts. To the middle of the axles with U-bolts and nuts. My brake linings and drums are properly screwed, not cracked or broken. The drums, there's no illegal welds. The brake linings should be free from dirt, grime, and grease. And the brake lining should have no less than 1/4 inch of wear. My inside of my rim is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. My face of my tire in the inside is free from abrasions, bulges, and cuts. My tread is no less than 2/32 of wear. Inside of my rims are free from, or they're properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. And inside of my duals, there is no dirt or debris which could cause harm to my tire or someone behind me. My faces and my tires inside of my duals are free from abrasions, bulges, and cuts. My faces and my tires on the outside are free from abrasions, bulges, and cuts. My rims are properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. My lug nuts are properly screwed, not cracked or broken, no illegal welds. There's no remnants of rust or shiny particles, which is an indication of looseness. My self-enclosed wet hubs are properly screwed, not cracked or broken, and they're not leaking. If I need to check the tire, I'll check it at the valve stem, and it needs to have a cap. My mud flap is properly screwed, not cracked or broken, and it's no more than 6 inches off the ground. Right here is a red in color marker light that's properly screwed, not cracked or broken. My landing gear is properly screwed, not cracked or broken. There's no illegal welds. I got 4 larger lights that are properly screwed, not cracked or broken. They're red in color. They operate running, turning, flashing, and braking. These 3 red in color marker lights that are properly screwed. Okay. I got better look at my drive shaft and yoke. That's properly secured, not cracked or broken. No illegal welds. I got a better look at my frame. That's properly secured, not cracked or broken. There's no illegal welds. My muffler, that's attached with 2 metal straps. That's properly secured, not cracked or broken. No illegal welds. There's no remnants of black or gray soot, which is an indication of leak, which that could cause harm to me and my passengers. My flex pipe and stack is properly secured, not cracked or broken. There's no illegal welds. There's no indication of a leak with gray or black soot, which could cause harm to me and my passengers. My heat shield and grab handle is properly secured, not cracked or broken. There's no illegal welds. All together with nuts and bolts. My metal steps are properly secured, not cracked or broken. There's no illegal welds. My door handle is properly secured, not cracked or broken. My door is attached with 2 metal hinges that are properly secured, not cracked or broken. No illegal welds. My door safety handle is properly secured, not cracked or broken. My window crank is properly secured, not cracked or broken. My door handle is properly secured, not cracked or broken. My weather stripping around the door is properly secured, not cracked or broken. My passenger seat is properly secured, not cracked or broken. My safety belt is properly secured, not cracked or broken, nor frayed. My mirror bracket is properly secured, not cracked or broken. My mirror heads are properly secured, not cracked or broken, and both of them are secured with nuts and bolts. My blower motor assembly is properly secured, not cracked or broken. There's no frayed wires. I got a better look at my coolant reservoir that's filled to the proper operating level. I got a better look at my 1-inch serpentine belt, alternator, water pump, and fan. Button in, but no air.
Yeah.
I don't have to put that on.
Right.
Can you check the front of my lights, please?
Check the lights, yeah.
Headlights.
Yeah.
Left turn signal.
Yeah.
Right turn signal.
Yeah.
High beams.
Yeah.
Flashers.
Yeah.
And markers. Can you
Yeah.
go to the rear of the trailer, please?
Yeah.
Left turn signal.
Yeah.
Right turn signal.
Yeah.
Flashers.
Yeah.
And brakes.
Yeah. You're good.
Put on my seatbelt. I hear it click. Can you put on your seatbelt? I need to hear it click.
Okay.
Now I'm going to be performing my safety ignition test. I'm going to be putting my vehicle into drive and trying to start it, and it should not start. It does not start. Passes. Now I'm going to be
Put it back in neutral.
putting
and
it
then
back
I leave
in
the
neutral.
key. I leave the key in the on position.
Now I'm going to be starting my vehicle and building my pressure up to a proper operating level of 100 and 125. Once it gets up to the proper operating level, you hear my governor pop. My air governor just popped. Key back on. Now I'm going to be performing my brake test with my feet flat on the ground and my emergency brake pushed in. My vehicle should not lose no more than 2 psi per 1 minute. Would you like to time me?
Yep. Go ahead.
Now with my foot holding the brake pedal, my vehicle should not lose no more than 3 psi per 1 minute. Would you like to time me?
Yep. Go ahead.
Now I'm going to be feathering my brakes down to 60 to 80 psi, and my light and alarm should go off. My light and alarm went off. Now I'm going to be feathering my brakes down to 20 to 40 psi, and my emergency brake should pop. My emergency brake just popped. Now I got to build my pressure back up to 100 to 125 psi. Once it gets up to the proper operating level, you'll hear my governor pop. But while doing so, I'll finish up my pre-trip and brake test. Always remember when your windshield is not cracked or broken. My windshield is properly secured, not cracked or broken. No illegal stickers. My wipers are properly screwed, not cracked or broken. My washers operate as they should. My mirrors are properly screwed, not cracked or broken. They're adjusted to me. My oil pressure gauge is building as we speak. My water temp gauge is building to the proper operating level. My trans temp gauge is building to the proper operating level. My voltmeter should be reading anywhere from 11 to 14 volts. It's reading 13.2. My ABS light went on and off. My fuel gauge is reading about full. My primary and secondary air tanks, they're building as we speak. My left turn signal, right turn signal, lights, and hazards. I got a 20-inch steering wheel that is properly screwed, not cracked, or broken. There's no more than 10 degrees or 2 inches of play. My city horn, my air horn, my fire extinguisher is properly screwed, not cracked, or broken, built to the proper operating level. My safety triangles are properly screwed, not cracked, or broken. I got my spare fuses. My air governor just popped. My defrost works on the heat. My floor heat works as it should. I'm going to be doing my brake test. I'm going to have my brake hold or engaged, the brakes engaged. I'm going to be putting my vehicle to drive, edging forward, see if my park brake holds. And they hold. I'm going to be releasing my park brake, edging forward, and seeing if my surface brakes hold. And they hold. I'm going to be testing my trailer brakes, and they hold. Park brake out, neutral, off, lights off. I've completed my pre-trip and my brake test.